Welcome to Destiny, a first-person shooter released on the Xbox One, PS4, Xbox 360, and PS3. In this game you can play as one of 3 classes, which have their own unique subclasses. These subclasses are known as Gunslinger, Bladder Dancer, Night Stalker, Voidwalker, Sunsinger, Stormcaller, Striker, Defender, and Sunbreaker. This is a summary of Destiny. Okay, I'm just joking. I have the real script. Let's rewind. Wait, this movie doesn't really have an intro. It's just a few shots of them at the airport. Okay then. I guess this is a summary of the Love Live movie in a few longish minutes. The movie starts off with Simpler Flips practicing his BLJ while Pan and Coke and TJ Henry Yoshi watch. It's not like this scene involves some future number 4 and Shadow the Hedgehog. Anyways, the group receives some news. The organizers of Love Live want to use the Akiba Dome for the next Live, but to do that, they need help from the previous champions, which means that they are sending them to New York. I have many problems with this movie. Fast forward, the girls leave the airport and hop in taxis with the address to their hotel. But because this is Love Live, guess who doesn't make it, and guess whose fault it is? Also, I might as well call this part the large exposition dump, because every single character is just dumping information we don't need during the taxi ride. After this incident, the girls decide to go to a nearby restaurant to have dinner and discuss what they are doing to the few people who walked into the movie theater late. Ellie then reveals that they can request to perform anywhere in the Gotham City. Keep that in mind for later. The girls then agree to go looking tomorrow, and then the second best thing happens in the movie. Katori orders a cheesecake. I really like cheesecake. After having dinner, we get a few scenes of the girls in their hotel rooms. One group plays a card game, another group sets up the second half of the movie with a music book, and the other group starts to contract the big gay as it has finally gone airborne. In the morning, we see Nico get raped by alpacas.
Excuse me, what?
Just kidding. It's Anoka. But that didn't stop artists from making hentai of that scene. After this, the movie cuts to the girls running around Central Park, which I'm going to fast forward because it's just there to pad out runtime. The girls then find a stage, which by the way, isn't the location they choose, only to be approached by 3 women who have no reason to be in the movie whatsoever. They're only in the movie to show the audience that Nozomi can speak English. Moving on, the girls visit the Statue of Liberty, except after this, we get a montage of the girls visiting places and stores all around New York. Also rest in peace Nico shoes.
ハロウィンの時なんかに街の人がいたずらでやるんだって。うちらもやってみる？できるの？任せといて。ちょっと！私の靴！
Cut again. And the girls are on the roof of a building talking about how similar New York is to Akiba. And then it rains. But only because the plot calls for a musical number, sung by the First Years, which we are going to skip. After this song, we see Haneo having an existential crisis. This is because restaurants serve the girls bread, rather than white rice, although I don't see why that would be a problem. Haneo already has extremely large rice balls. Anyways, they go to a Japanese restaurant, then hop on a subway to get back to the hotel. And guess who fucks up? Again. Dear God, how many times has it been? So, there's one thing that I forgot to mention. Someone spiked Hanoka's food at the Japanese restaurant with LSD. So, as she's walking the streets of New York, she starts to hallucinate and sees a woman performing on the street. I actually have no idea, I'm just trying to come up with a reason as to why she's in the movie. After a walk through Grand Central Station and the streets of New York, Hanoka finally returns back to the hotel, only for the LSD to wear off. And now my biggest problem with this movie. The girls decide to perform at fucking Times Square. Let's do the numbers. According to this article, it costs $1 to $4 million to advertise in Times Square for a single electronic billboard. So let's put the price at around $2.5 million. Now divide that by 365 to get around $6,850 for one day. Divide that again by 24 to get $285 for an hour of advertising. However, someone would most likely have to pay the advertiser that bought that board a pretty hefty fee to use that space that they already bought out, especially on such short notice. So, let's make the price around $1,000, just to be generous. Now, let's go count how many electronic billboards they would need to rent. By looking at the live cams for the north and south ends for Times Square, we can see that there are 49 billboards in frame. But let's bring that number up to 75 for any that I missed or weren't in the frame, which is probably a good amount. This brings us to $75,000 just for the billboards, not even accounting for the special effects. For those, we are going to need to bring the price up further, let's say double it, due to the sheer amount used for this one show. Now, we need to factor in the cost of closing off the streets and roads on such short notice, so I'm going to double that value again. This brings us to a total of $300,000, and this isn't even factoring in the cost of live streaming the show across the globe, paying for security, and other commodities. And now if we convert from American to Japanese currency, the final price comes out to be around 34 million yen. No, I'm done. I'm done with this movie. Fuck this shit.